We are on our municipal services business. Item number 11.21, right? Yep. Go ahead.
Good afternoon, everyone. Monthly report for you. Municipal enforcement continues to patrol community partners and as well as county areas. You can see 13 warnings issued, 10 tickets after 15 investigations for the past month. Of course, with hunting season and whatnot, we do ramp up some of our hours on EID lands. They're looking for people that are off trail and helping the EID preserve the grassland and keep that intact. So we're out in that season more often than any other time for EID land. Shared CPO agreements, we've got 2 out of 4 agreement holders that have signed. So working on the final 2, hopefully have them wrapped up by the end of the calendar year. And you can see that the supervisor attends monthly meetings with the Safe Communities Coordinator of the RCMP, City of Brooke staff, and manager to remain cooperative and collaborative between agencies. Some of that is also driven by the Solicitor General's office in having that communication and sharing things that are necessary between agencies. Fleet services staff, repairs, maintenance, things like that. They are busy upfitting 4 of our new fleet that came to us under the enterprise agreement, and they will be stripping down 4 units for resale purposes in the very near future. Operations, weather's changed a little bit on us since the beginning of December. Thankfully, we have finally received some moisture in our region. We are literally 2 months beyond when we have experienced snowfall in the past 3-4 years. Usually been showing up the beginning of October there. And anyway, so grader operators have transitioned more into the vegetation management side of things, working in the Division 3 area. And really, we wrapped up the road grading at the beginning of the month here since temperatures have dropped. If there is anything really bad out there for road conditions, we'll do our best on days that are warmer when the surface is softer and stuff to work with things. So we also said, and council was present for this, but 43 years of service to Keith Bartlett. We said our final farewells to him on his retirement, so congratulations to him. And with that, just wanting to acknowledge to council, we had been operating with 8 grader operators. We are going to attempt running with 7 grader operators in the new year. I would like to try to get 12 months under my belt with that, see where our public sits with the feedback, and whether we can alleviate a $500,000 capital acquisition from our future fleet and labor. So be trying to work with that and be monitoring through Newell Connect and the customer service requests that we receive on those services. Truck drivers have been doing stockpile program, hauling from the ballast pit, which is up by Gem, to the county yard. We're trying to get some of that ballast material down south here. It's a little bit better product than some of our other silty or sandy aggregate resources, and trying to get it into the Division 4 and Division 1 areas to see if we can't stabilize the surface on some of those roads that we experience more washboarding and problems with that we regularly encounter. And with that, they're rigged up with their plow trucks, so they'll be running around with mounts for the front plow on their trucks. So all they do is pull into the shop, throw the plow on, and get out for winter response, change out the box for the sanding box, and they're ready to go. So that's how they operate. So we do double duty with that equipment, just so you're aware. Maintenance operators, they continue with regular work orders over sign installations, repairs, culvert replacements, assist with brush control. Generally, they're running around with a skid steer with a mulching head attached to it for the smaller growth stands, your willows and things like that alongside your roads. And they just pulverize and mulch those things all up right there so that there's no remnants or anything. And snow fence erections complete in those areas that are prone to drifting across our roads to alleviate some of those responses that we need from grader operators and plow truck drivers. And we did manage to get all of our stop control signs in place at all railway crossings that do not have control alarms, signalized crossing, and audible measures. And that is a standard from Transport Canada. So that is complete as per the November 2021 deadline. Construction projects are complete with the exception of Martin Industrial Subdivision and Range Road 15-0, which is just west of the office here, with drainage improvements. Martin Industrial has been in progress, but now that the weather's kind of changed on us, I think contractors slowing things down and will be shutting down. Land acquisition in a couple of our subdivisions is still ongoing, and that's for sightline visibility as you lead out onto paved roads and stuff. So working to get that done. And we also have one down Scandia Rainier Country on 16-4, where our road has never been on the road allowance. And we're just going to be looking at doing a land swap and any other cash exchange for acreage differences that needs to be made up with that landowner. At least that's the most affordable way of going about the business if you can find a cooperative partner. So, additionally, engineering, the county pathway extension, 2.4 kilometers down to Township Road 18-2. From this office, we're going to be deferring that till 2022, obviously. And then we also have the Kinbrook connection pathway, which you guys discussed as part of the budget discussion earlier today. Probably be looking at trying to throw these in, tendering them at the same time. Larger quantities generally yields lower contracted prices for us, so we'll work on that for 2022. County EID partnership on drainage, got the last land acquisition complete not too long ago, and we'll have some carry forward into 2022, and then planning the phase 2 of about 5 of them in Rosemary is ongoing with the EID right now, and we'll try to get land acquisition kicked off in the new year, so we're ahead of things. Tilly landfill, we've had this one on the books for a while. I hate bringing it up and identifying it, but as other priorities come about, the landfill isn't going anywhere. We'll get it done. Jeff's working on that for 2022 with an engineering firm, so we should have that wrapped up and off the books. And for council's information, there was funding or some funding there available from the village of Tilly when they dissolved in 2013 that was to be put forward to the reclamation of that. So. What else do I want to highlight? We have been working on the Rolling Hills truck parking lot application with Alberta Transportation. We're not seeing eye to eye with that one, so some more administration effort with Alberta Transportation will be going into that before we can do anything. And other business, annual performance evaluations, fall convention for the manager of planning, development, engineering services, and myself in Edmonton, coinciding with RMA. That was great, really great to be in a room of my peers and colleagues that I haven't seen for a few years. Lots has changed with many of them. Definitely some faces won't be returning to our tables because some have retired, some are near retirement, so good time to catch up with those people before they depart. And asset management plans have also been worked on, and we're just wrapping that up here before our project assistance leaves us on maternity leave. So that's where we're at. One final update for you on the final page, the municipal load report. This is your rig moves, the heavy equipment moves, dog houses, light plants, everything like that. Not just industry related, but of course your excavators and things that get moved as well. The November statistic actually came in at 210 moves, bring our year-to-date total to 1950. And when you get the average out of that, we're up at 2127. Which would be a 31% increase over last year's numbers on that graph. The 210 finally gets us up to what our linear average would be, but we're still well below what our 3- and 5-year averages are for activity in our area with oversized and overdimensional loads moving about. So if there's any questions of council, I would answer them if I may.
Thank you, Mark. Are there any questions? Holly, please.
I have been asked why, when there's a snowfall, the county immediately plows out the hamlets, but doesn't get to other roads as fast as the hamlets. The hamlets pay more taxes. So that's I was asked.
So the way this works is we have typically 3, and we can ramp up to 4 plow trucks on county paved roads. So you have your 1, 2-digit and 3-digit highways that belong to Alberta Transportation that are dealt with by Volker Steven. We have 235 kilometers of paved roads ourselves to take care of. Those 3 to 4 plow trucks will do the rural network. We have 2 2-ton trucks with plows and sanders on them that will run amongst all the hamlets. And then we have the former 8, now 7 graders that will do all the gravel roads. So it's just a matter of what equipment is moving and how fast they can get through things. everything that happens in a hamlet is dependent upon the event, because if it doesn't require service, we generally won't go. We do get a lot of feedback on the little chips that we throw down. We try to avoid using salt and sand on most of those urban area roads and whatnot, just trying to be more environmentally friendly. That's really what it is. Those 2 tons can get through things pretty quick, and that's just the level of service that we're capable of delivering.
Can you elaborate on what the Department of Transportation and the county is disagreeing on with that truck stop in Rolling Hills?
It's about how much, it's the access management that they have for standards as to how many approaches they want to put onto Highway 875. We would like to have a drive in, pull up and park straight and drive out the other side. Their preference is that we actually access the hamlet and turn in rather than having another access off the highway. I'd rather not put a bunch of heavy trucks on roads that aren't designed or developed to take heavy loads. So that's where we're kind of at, and we need to get through that discussion with them.
Holly, please.
Where is that?
If you're in Rolling Hills, you drive on Highway 875, there used to be a rather large water pond that was used for water treatment. We filled all of that pond in when the rural water system connected, or the regional water system connected. And that land is exactly where we want to put it, because it's owned by the county. There are a couple of residences around, so we need to build it and then understand the frequency of use and if there's any impact to neighboring properties. But that's where we have it planned.
Any other questions? If not, thank you for that report, Mark.
Can I just ask Council for a motion on both the utilities and my report, please?
Yes. Is there a motion to that effect? Councillor Short, please. Thank you. Any further discussion? All in favor of the motion to approve the report? Carried. Thank you.
Okay, the next matter, bridge file 76696 and 76697. County in November of 2020 made application to the province for funding of the replacement of the bridge file 76697 under the STIP program. Bridge funding has been approved, and the tender for replacement of the structure as well as bridge file 76696 immediately upstream closed on November 10th, 2021 with 10 contractors submitting pricing. A little bit surprising with 10, but oftentimes we find there are numerous interested parties in our bridge file work. So with that, I think I'll skip the discussion NOA and just flip over to the costing and whatnot. You can see the STIP funding is $193,820. County annual 2022 capital budget $199,011. And with this, the recommended action is that County Council award the contract for the replacement of bridge file 76696 and 76697 to Brooks Asphalt and Aggregate as per their bid submission.
Thank you. Are there any questions? Holly, please.
I was going to make the motion to.
Oh, I would accept that. Any further discussion or questions? Jeez. Seeing none, all in favor of the motion, please indicate. That's carried. Thank you.
One more bridge for you.
Yes.
72744. Same thing, put the tender out, closed on November 10th, 2021 with 12 contractors submitting pricing. Don't ask me for rhyme or reason why contractors do or don't. Numbers often vary. This one's located south of Tilly, carries an EID irrigation canal, and the existing structure is a standard bridge constructed in 1965, consisting of one-span concrete girders atop a wooden substructure. With that, you can see the summary of everybody's bids, and our recommended action on this, the County Council award the contract for the replacement of bridge file 72744 to Eastview Contracting Limited as per their bid submission.
Any questions or someone prepared to make that motion? Councillor Crispin, make the motion.
A quick question
Yes, go
first.
ahead.
Where is East Butte contracting from? Do you know offhand?
Good question. No, I'm not prepared for that answer in Jeff's absence.
Okay, I will make a motion to approve.
I can tell you that our engineering firm has worked with them in the past.
Thank you. Any further questions? Are we ready for the question? All in favor of approving the motion, please indicate. That is carried. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mark. I believe we don't have any post-agenda items. Is that correct? I believe that. So information items, municipal engagement sessions, Alberta Provincial Police Service Transition Study. That has been discussed somewhat, but I think something we want to continue to talk about. Is there a decision to make here or simply information? It's just information. I think that we're aware of those engagement sessions and we can register for those. Ariana can take care of those details for us as needed. I think there are some conflicts with with the date that's potentially here in Brooks, but there will be other opportunities. Any discussion around any of that? Seeing none, could we have a motion to go in camera? Lynette, please. Thank you. All in favor that we move to camera? Thank you. That's carried.